Now, it's been interesting to watch lefty politicians try and take some credit for Donald Trump's work here. UK Education Secretary Bridget Phillipson insists that the UK should be getting a fair bit of credit for Donald Trump's peace plan. Just listen to this.
We have played a key role behind the scenes in shaping this. It's right that we do so because it's in all of our interest, including our own national interest, that we move to a lasting peace in the region.
Well, when you say behind the scenes, like what? I mean, it seems to everybody else in the world that this has been done by Trump and the Israelis and Hamas. What part did we play?
These are complex matters of diplomacy that we are involved in, but we do welcome and recognise the critical role that the American government played in moving us to this point.
Esther, the US ambassador to Israel, has called her delusional, and he's not wrong about that.
Certainly not. And I think if you noticed Trevor Phillips' face while she made that preposterous statement, he couldn't actually look her in the eye and keep a straight face when he said this. And I don't think that makes for a good Sunday morning telly. But it's completely ludicrous. I mean, the fact that, this government decided to recognize the state of Palestine, God knows where, because it doesn't even meet the qualifications for a state. It doesn't have a fixed territory. It certainly doesn't have a functioning government in any regard. But the fact that this government decided to pander to left-wing extremists in Britain and do that, which clearly was against the interest of any actual lasting peace, and was really annoyed the American Donald Trump's administration and Israel as well, shows that they weren't really interested in actually playing a serious hand in peace.
No.
And this is the delusion that this government operates under. Bridget Phillipson, who, again, if anyone knows her role as Education Secretary in Britain, knows that she's basically rolling back any significant reforms that the last Conservative government made with education in Britain, which is probably the only aspect of public policy that Britain isn't failing in entirely. It's not surprising that this is the kind of stuff that would come from her. But Mike Huckabee was right. The US ambassador to Israel said, of course, Britain didn't have a role in this. We're dealing with a completely neutered government, at the head of which is Keir Starmer, who can't tell his arm from his leg. And David Lammy, as Foreign Secretary, has just basically been an embarrassment to Britain on the world stage. If he's not handing out sovereign territory in the form of Chagos Islands, he's recognizing and rewarding Hamas for carrying out attacks on October 7th, which is basically what the recognition of Palestine turned out to be. So, again, this government is an embarrassment. I mean, you could just see from the disposition of Keir Starmer when he was behind Donald Trump, after Donald Trump said these world leaders basically came at 20 minutes notice. He really just made him kiss the ring. And for any Brit with a sense of national pride, it's an embarrassment to watch.
No, and it's embarrassing for us here in Australia as well. Australia made the same move, recognising Palestine at the UN General Assembly, of course, while hostages were still being held by Hamas.